You're probably going to know this is coming anyway because most boards are triggered by bad paperwork. Some of the rights you have at a board of inquiry or administrative separation board are you're going to be given notice of a board. You're probably going to know this is coming anyway because most boards are triggered by bad paperwork. Letters of reprimand, some sort of Article 15, even unsubstantiated investigations or substantiated ones that don't go to court-martial often end up at boards. Once you get notified and they set the board date, you have to have your lawyers ready to go. It's a good idea to get a civilian lawyer ready and involved from the beginning because sometimes you don't have a lot of time. You could be notified of a board on the 1st of February and within 30 to 60 days, you're at the board facing the board. It doesn't give you a ton of time to prepare, doesn't give you a ton of time to go out there and investigate and gather witnesses, but you have to be ready. So if you know a board's coming or you've heard a board is coming or you got any negative paperwork and you think it might be coming down the line, you should probably start putting together your legal team immediately. It is not unheard of for the military, and it depends on the branches, to assign you a lawyer at the very last minute. I've seen it where they have, a few days to prepare. They get an attorney signed to them. The attorney literally just gone on the ground, sometimes fresh out of law school, and they're told, hey, go in there and represent the service member. They're facing a board. They have 20 years in towards retirement. Go represent this guy. And you're walking into an ambush. You're walking into a nightmare. That lawyer many times doesn't have experience. They haven't done many boards, and they're not prepared. Whereas if you have a civilian lawyer while you're under investigation and they're coaching and guiding you along, they're keeping up to date on what's going on, and you know the board's coming, because every civilian lawyer who knows what they're doing should advise you from the beginning. They may try to take you to a board, even if they don't court-martial you. And that being said, you should be ready to go. We do a lot of boards where we've been on the case for a long time. The charges end up getting dismissed or dropped, or they don't prosecute the person at a court-martial. So we come in, boom, they hit us with the notice. We have all of our evidence lined up, our clients ready to go, prepared to testify prior to the board a few weeks out, and we're ready to go in there and go to battle versus kind of scrambling at the last minute, trying to find a lawyer, retain the lawyer, get the lawyer up to speed, and now you're down to only maybe a few days. You can ask for a continuance in a board. However, I've seen many board continuances denied if it's not reasonable and it's not justified. You can't just hire a civilian lawyer, any civilian lawyer who's like booked up for the next 6 months to a year, and expect them to delay your board. I've also seen them jam up civilian lawyers that try to do that, where they say, okay, you're not available Monday to Friday for the next 6 months. You are available on Saturday or Sunday starting at noon. So be here or we're going to go ahead without you. I've had that happen to me in the past, and you got to be ready to go. So you're better off preparing to have the board done like on a Monday to Friday, so you're not cutting into the board members' weekends and taking them away from their families and their own personal lives, where you're over there forcing this board to go on a weekend. You don't really want a weekend board. The board doesn't appreciate that. If you're facing an administrative separation board, then call today to speak with one of our lawyers to discuss your case, your rights, and the best way forward to fight for your future and your career.